This one's probably for the brave. The Last Case of John Morley throws you into a dark, twisted 1940s-era murder mansion. If you've got nerves and patience, and you like puzzles more than you like guns, this could be your next mystery fix. But tread carefully. The shadows hide more than secrets. The Last Case of John Morley is a solo, story-driven detective mystery set in a moody period-style mansion. You'll play a detective investigating a murder from decades ago. Your main task? Explore the crime scenes, gather clues, examine evidence, solve mechanical puzzles, especially mysterious locks and hidden passages. Every clue, every key, every detail might shift the outcome.
Its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight.
It's entirely narrative-led. No combat, no open world, just atmosphere, investigation, logic, and heaps of tension. What really stood out for me was the era setting, 1940s Britain, or at times early 20th century style, and the gothic, dim-lit environments that you have to explore. The lighting, shadows and ambience aim to create a sense of dread and suspense, and it does a good job of it as well. As far as realism goes, I would say medium to high. It doesn't pretend to be a hyper-real simulation. Instead, it trades realism for mood and emotion. But if the audio and environment deliver, it can really unsettle you. The pacing is mostly slow. Expect long sketches of quiet, careful observation. If you like action, this one probably isn't for you. If you like thinking, patience, and slowly unfolding horror,
There's something deeply disturbing about her work.
then this might hit you straight between the eyes. The visual artistic style really works here. It's not photorealistic, but the art leans into light and dark and the shadows that they create. Rooms feel aged, dusty, haunted even. Lighting and reflections deliver enough detail to help you spot clues, but it still leaves corners obscured.
Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here.
All this ambiguity enhances the fear. At high settings you'll get stable FPS without major clipping or glaring visual bugs. For a narrative puzzler at this price point, I'd say it's above acceptable. Not premium, but intentionally atmospheric, which suits the genre and is done really well. What really backs it up is the audio. It's a major strength here. Ambient creaks, sudden noises, muffled footfalls, heavy breathing from the corners, they all work. The quiet mid-game silences amplify tension as well. The minimal soundtrack lets environmental sounds do the heavy lifting. On a few occasions I jerked in my chair because a subtle noise caught me off guard, and I didn't know whether it was in the game or in the real world, and that's exactly what you want. If it does have a weakness, I'd say it would be the player's footsteps, and some interactions feel a little bit off. The footsteps, for example, lack weight and don't necessarily come from the area you most expect them to. Opening doors and inspecting objects is often a little bit bland. It's good for tension, but it's poor for that realism, fidelity and immersion. The game ran smoothly, just under 60 frames per second at 4K on my system. No crashes, no major bugs during my playthrough. Loading times were short and there were no frame drops to mention. Given the modest scope, no physics-heavy open world, this stability is expected, but also welcome. If you allow yourself to get immersed, and it's easy to do that in this game, it can really hit you when you start leaning into the atmosphere. The dim corridors, flickering lamps, dusty furniture, creaky old floorboards, everything feels old, lived in, and haunted. This combination of visual style, ambient audio, and the slowly revealed mystery really can draw you in. That said, interaction feedback is weak at times regarding footsteps, and that small dissonance occasionally pulls you out of the illusion, but the game never feels wrong, just a little bit thin in areas. Put it this way, it was immersive enough to creep me out and make me jump. I had the heckles on my back up multiple times, but it does perhaps lack a high-end polish. So when discussing realism, it's realism of mood, how it makes you feel, not how simulated and realistic it is. Locks don't function like real-world locks do. They're puzzles They're traded off for puzzles included so that you can solve them and progress. Some tool handling and object interaction feels plausible. Other actions like searching or opening locked compartments or sealed up doors often rely on slightly unrealistic mechanics. For a horror mystery style game, I'd say it's acceptable, but for hardcore realism fans, yeah, you might see through some of it. So it's all about exploring, searching, clue gathering, puzzle solving, unlocking locked doors, and it works. The puzzles are logical enough, but not overcomplicated. The clue system is consistent, and the voice acting generally holds up. Characters feel believable. No branching paths, no sandbox freedom. It is kind of linear in that sense, but its strengths lie in the consistent storytelling and the structure of the mystery which unfolds right before your eyes. At just under £10 or just over £10 when not on sale, I'd say this game gives quite a bit for its price. For players who enjoy and value narrative atmosphere puzzle type games, you're going to get several hours of content out of this, and at least one mystery resolution. Considering scope and polish, the price feels fair. It's not a huge package, but it doesn't oversell itself either. I used a mouse and keyboard throughout and it worked fine. All navigation, interaction, etc. was completely straightforward, no problems at all whatsoever. But the game does kind of sell itself more as a controller-based game, although I see no reason for it to have preference for either. It works really well either way. So a bit of feedback for the developers, as I always try and do. The audio is fantastic in this game, but you could always do more. If there's ever a period of time where I can slip out of the immersion, then there's a little bit more work could be done, and that does happen once or twice here. I'm glad that you gave us a lamp. It really does help, not a lot to be honest. I was thinking maybe one option you could have is the option to adjust the brightness and the angle of it in order to unlock some hidden clues and make things a little bit more intense, so on. So any fans of atmospheric horror detective puzzlers, slow burn mystery seekers, or those who just want something different for a Halloween evening, this is a great option. It's not really there for players expecting ultimate realism or simulation, deep mechanics, open world or anything like that. It's not action based, it's very much emotion and mental based. Overall, I would give it a 7 out of 10 on all fronts, and yeah, I think it's a great little game and definitely worth a consideration.
Coming here was a grave mistake. In the land of the web where the reviews abound, Sim UK's got the truth that'll turn it around. Honest insights, no whispers in the dark. Fact-based wisdom igniting that spark. Navigating life with a click and a scroll. Understanding the details, it's all about control. With every line you read, you're gaining the facts. No tricks up our sleeves, we stay on the tracks. We don't play games, we simulate reality. With Sim UK reviews as your ultimate clarity. Best as goes, guiding you through each page. In this digital jungle, we ignite the stage. From smartphones to gadgets, we scope it all out. Nothing but honesty, there's no need to doubt. The ultimate realism is what we bring forth. With every word written, we deliver true worth. You wanna know what's hot, you wanna know what's cool. Sim UK's the place, making you the informed fool. No sugarcoating here, just genuine delight. With every review, we shine a bright light. So come along now, let's take a ride through the world of Sim UK with nothing to hide. Fact-based reviews will help you see clear. With honesty as our compass, we got nothing to fear. We build those connections, foster that trust, turning confusion and doubt into a diamond crust. When you're seeking advice, look no further, my friend. Sim UK's at your service with reviews that won't bend. In a world filled with fakes, we stand our ground. With every observation, the truth can be found. Game changes and learning, we play. play it for real, discovering the nuances, that's how we deal. We don't play games, we simulate reality with SimUK reviews as your ultimate clarity. Best as those guiding you through each page in this digital jungle. We ignite the stage. So join the revolution, step up your game with SimUK reviews. You'll know no shame, finding your way in this vast sea of tricks. We're all about facts, not gimmicks or kicks. For every question you have, for every thought that you seek, SimUK's got the answers, it's the honest critique. So here's to the reviews that keep it all true in this playful acoustic world. We're reaching for you. Ultimate realism with a dash of delight. SimUK reviews, they'll light up your night. With laughter and honesty, we'll sing out loud. Here at SimUK, we stand tall and proud.